Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Welcome to day 21 of the What's on Tap podcast. We are in the final days of the podcast. I'm super excited about this.
Home stretch.
I'm super excited about trying more beers. I'm also super sad that it's almost over because I do really enjoy this part of the year.
Whenever we embark on our Christmas calendar, at first I am worried.
Yeah.
Before we start, like, now let's roll up our sleeves and get cracking. Mm-hmm. But then when it's almost done, I mean, we've done the heavy lifting. Mm-hmm. It's just the finish line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I always know that even our worst beer is still usually better than when we used to buy the advent calendars.
Oh, yeah.
It's still better than the worst beers in those. And so it's always a lot more variety. It's a lot more fun. And I would say if you're playing along at home, creating your own advent calendar over the year is a really nice treat to yourself at the end of the year. And maybe you create one for you, and maybe your friend creates one for you, and you guys swap advent calendars or something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, so I got beer for today, and it's one that I brought. You can open it more.
I can already see from the cap that it's Stockholm Brewing.
It is.
It is Stockholm Brewing Jammin, a Duckpond brewing collab, 30-month barrel-aged oudebruin with lots of raspberries, sour cherries, and vanilla.
Yes.
So this is a lot of fun. Because of the sad news that Stockholm Brewing is closing down.
Are they officially closing down?
I think they're officially closing down.
Okay, because I'd heard that they were closing down, and then they came back for some reason. It seemed like they re-emerged.
I'm guessing they had a lot of stock, like stuff in barrels.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of back stock, and maybe it's the thing where once they run out of all of the back stock, then they're going to finalize they're not going to make anything new. But I had thought they had gotten refinanced or more funds or something to be able to keep going, but maybe I'm mistaken on that. But yeah, so this has been a lot of, I guess, final beers for this podcast because we featured a couple of defunct breweries previously.
Yeah, right, Baghaven and Irish Wild Ales, and I think something else.
I want to say that there was one other one, but now we have another. Wow, there really seems to be a trend with sour breweries going out of business.
Aww.
so was it Wild Iris or Irish Wild? I can't remember. Irish Wild. And then Baghaven. Yeah. And now Stockholm. Yeah. I know.
So it's really brown.
Yeah, it's an oudebruin. Yeah. One of my favorite styles.
Smells like paint thinner, just like it's supposed to.
Exactly.
Not paint thinner, nail polish remover.
No, yeah. Well, turpentine also has the same kind of smell, paint thinner. But yeah, this was a style when I saw it on System Belonging. I thought, ooh, an oudebruin. That'll be fun to have on the show and talk about because you don't see a lot of oudebruins in the marketplace, especially not current breweries releasing them. There's always, of course, the classics that come out from the traditional Belgian brewers, but you don't see it a lot from other brewers. And then I thought with the addition of the cherry and the raspberry and the vanilla, it could be kind of a fun, interesting take.
Right.
And this is one you've had before. You had it at a festival, I believe.
No, with Pontus at Malmö Brewing.
Okay.
1.5 years ago.
All right.
So maybe it's from them.
Could be. It could be. They finally bottled it, and it's it doesn't say. But I liked so one of the beers we almost had on the show, and now I had it, and I kind of regret that we didn't have it, was the Brygghus 19. The stout. It was the stout that they put out that was aged, and if you look at Untapped, it's like, here's all of the beer festivals we released this beer in, and then here's the day we released it in
Systembolaget.
Yeah, Systembolaget. And you could see, like, over the course of, I want to say a year and a half, like how many times they had that same beer out in beer festivals. And so I'm like, was thinking like, has it, like, if you went to the first release and then you tried it now, how would it taste different in that year or so time period? But I'd never seen anyone ever put that in the notes of the beer before. So
No.
But it was so good. I kind of regretted not having it on there. All right, well, cheers.
Let's try it. Cheers.
All right.
It's very acidic.
Yeah, that raspberry astringency is really shining through there. It's not as aggressive as the Cantillon.
No, that
the
was...
Rosé de Gambrias. That was a real kick in the teeth.
that Cantillon could have removed paint from
I feel like it did. But this is...
I mean, it has a little bit of that Rodenbach character.
Yeah. This is one that could sit in a bottle for a couple of years still and still have that punch of raspberry to it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wish it had more vanilla or even a little more sour cherry in here. But that raspberry is just so overwhelming that it kind of kills the other flavors.
It is. But it does have some sweetness. It is a bit of sweet and sour.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe it's a little too cold in the glass, so I'm going to give it just a little bit warm in my hands to see if we can maybe downplay the raspberry and allow the other flavors to breathe some. But it's only 5.7% ABV, and Stockholm Brewing has been putting out some. So I think they were really on their way to putting out some really good sour beers.
Yeah.
I feel like they were just getting started. They had some rough times in the first year or two.
I don't remember. I don't remember what beers they put out. To be honest,
I remember when they first came out. I was like, "All right, well, okay, another mid-tier sour brewery." But then over the course of the past couple of years, it seems like they've really been cranking out some really nice stuff, some saisons and some wild ales, and just a variety of things that have been pretty well made.
This one, it kind of pulls at the sides of your mouth a little bit.
Definitely.
And definitely salivating.
Yeah, and it is hard not to spit a little bit when because your mouth is salivating so much.
It's okay, you can drool.
A little bit, yeah. I feel like I am. Or it's not. I think once it gets warmer, the raspberry isn't quite as pungent. I think pungent is our word, but
how will we ever know?
It's strong. Because it's in the short time it's been in my hand as I've been trying to warm the glass. It has the other flavors have come out a little bit more, and it's not quite as aggressive as that first taste was.
Yeah. So it's called Jammin, presumably because they want it to taste like jam.
Yeah, I think that's why they had the vanilla in there, to give it more of a...
Yeah, but the vanilla is almost non-existent.
Yeah. All right, well, what would you give this one?
3.75.
Yeah, I feel like a 3.75 is pretty good. If it had more of the cherry and the vanilla, especially the vanilla, I think it would probably be a 4.25.
I think so too.
I'd like more of while it smelled very oudebruin in the nose, it didn't really come through in the taste.
Right.
So if I hadn't known what it was, I probably would have never guessed that otherwise.
But I mean, a regular oudebruin has no cherries, right?
No.
So if you're going to make it an oudebruin, just do it. If you're going to make a sour beer, just a cherry or raspberry beer, just do lambic instead.
Yeah.
Leave the raspberries out of the oudebruin.
I have to agree with you on that.
And you're going to get a high rating.
I think the raspberries really unbalanced it and kind of threw off the entire thing. How sad. But, it was fun to try.
Yeah.
And I'm really sad that they're not going to be around maybe
if that's true. We didn't do any research.
Yeah, no, of course not. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up here. So until next time.
Keep drinking, you dum-dums.